for watching Wikipedia World videos. In this session, we'll learn about sales activities and understand how to key in the extra information. So this session will help you to understand key in the extra information in the sales document, assign alternative items, subtotal outline, understand how to generate an activity, and view it in the calendar. For extra information to be keyed upon any sales document, what you need to do is go to the form settings, enable this type, and you have to just check on this checkbox and the type will be visible here. Or you can go to the toolbar and you can just open the form settings. So this is our sales quotation that we will be taking into consideration during this presentation or this session. So in SAP Business One, it lets you define alternative items for the items that may be out of stock at a certain point in a certain warehouse. Alternative items are defined by item. You can build a hierarchy of the items, defining like alternatives for the alternatives. In SAP Business One, you have three types. First is the regular type, that is your item number, and then when you enable this type, you have the three categories, that is alternative items, text that can be used for keying in extra information like warranty or freebies or other things, subtotal outlines that you wish to. Let us understand how to put in the alternative items. What you have to do, you have to just select your type as A, that stands for alternative. You put your alternative item next to the line of the main item. Here I have taken a very simple example, like if the company has two items like USB flash drive 128 GB and USB flash drive 256 GB, and the customer wants 10 quantities of 128 GB, but if the company thinks that it might not be able to fulfill this order, then they may choose an alternative item like 256 GB but half of that quantity. Again, this is very basic example. It can become more complex depending upon the business to business. In the text, what you have to do, you have to simply choose your type as T and put in 1 year replacement warranty or like freebies or other things that you want to associate with any of the item or with the sales order or the sales document. Then at subtotals, here you can see that the subtotal is 1800, but when you will calculate, it will be more than 1800. The reason it is giving me 1800 because it is only calculating those items that are main items like USB flash drive 128 GB and hard disk 3 TB. It is ignoring this item, assuming that our main item USB flash drive might be present in the stock. And at the line 5, I have given subtotal, so it gives me subtotal at the line 5. Again, I have added two items on line number 6 and 7, and on 8 I have chosen my type as subtotal, so it is giving me subtotal at the line number 8. And when you will calculate this subtotal, you will get the whole amount here, including the tax. So when we copy this quotation to order, we can see that the alternative item is not seen. The reason is that our main item is present in the stock and there is no need of any alternative item. All of the information of my sales quotation is copied upon this sales order. And you can see that this is based upon the sales quotation number 370. Coming upon the activity, you can generate any activity directly without linking any document, or you can choose to generate an activity with respect to a document. Activity can be for sales call, new product promotion, service call, internal meeting, reporting a manufacturing defect, or can be anything depending upon your own business scenario. You can use this window to add or update one-time or recurring transactions, or rather activities that you have pertaining to your business partners, such as meetings, phones, notes and tasks, and other things that are private activities or can be internal departmental meetings. All these activities will be available to view in the calendar of the user. Now, understanding an activity. You can specify a suitable type for your activities. If your activity falls in the default category, it is good, else you can put it as other and proceed forward, because SAP Business One gives you super flexibility to define activities as per our business model. There are some other fields that we need to understand. This is the business partner code. You can type or select the business partner code. Next is type. You can select a type for your activity. This helps you to have a more detailed classification of your activity. Here you can define virtually unlimited number of types, classifying your activities. That it can be first meeting or second meeting, presentation or negotiation or closing call, or internal meetings, or anything that you want to key in. Next is subject. You can select another detailed classification for your activities, like making a sales call, scheduling a meeting, or negotiation call, or confirmation call, or anything. There is two fields, assigned to and assigned by. You can assign the responsible person from the list of user, that can be your employee, to whom you want to assign this activity, and he or she will be responsible for performing this activity. And assigned by is the user, mostly the departmental manager, who assigns this activity. Let us see the general tab. This tab is useful to enter some general information about the activity that you want to view in the calendar, such as meeting with a business partner or a personal meeting or sales call. You can use this remark field as per your convenience and key in some brief about this meeting. There is a start time. You specify the date and the time for the start of this meeting. By default, the system date and the time are displayed. There is an end time. You can specify the time for conclusion of this meeting. Again, by default, the end time is set to 15 minutes past the start time, and it calculates automatically. Duration, you can specify the length of the time you expect this meeting to take. By default, the duration is again set to 15 minutes. If you want to change it, the end time is updated accordingly. The address, you can specify the address details of the meeting location to automatically specify a business partner address. You can select business partner in the meeting location field and select an address ID in the address ID field. Are automatically applied, and any manual editing here will not change the location address in the main data. Again, you can see that there are other fields like recurrence. Recurrence is used to set this activity as a recurring activity. It is only available for phone call, meeting or task. There is a reminder you can. Then there are three checkbox here. Tentative, that indicates that you are not certain about this meeting. Inactive, that the activities is no longer active in your calendar and it will be removed from your calendar. You can still update and choose to reactivate. Close, it closes the activity altogether. Follow up, when you press this button here, it opens a new activity window and you can enter a follow-up activity. Content tab. You can put in extra information about this activity, like it can be this is an important meeting with CFO of the company and deal will be sealed after this call. You can use this tab to briefly describe the meeting and key in some extra information here. Here you can link a document that may act as a reference for this meeting. You can use this tab to link a document to an activity. You can use this tab to view the linked sales opportunity or service call or any other document that is associated with this activity. You can view the base activity. This checkbox here show documents related to business partner. It filters the selection of documents that you only want to see those related documents selected to this business partner. Source object type, it indicates the activity was created from a service call or a sales opportunity or other things. Source object number, service call or sales opportunity number from which the activity was created. If there is any previous activity, then it will be displayed here. If there is a previous activity, that means that this activity is a target activity for this. There can be attachments as well. These attachments can be image of the product or any other important document. In the next session, we will learn how to generate an activity over a sales document. We will actually take some sales document and generate activities and understand how they act within the business scenarios. Thanks.